have to understand, these people, they did not love you. They're incapable of that. It seems like it's love, but then they can just totally dissociate, put all those feelings aside, and just go and have an affair with somebody else and make that other person feel as if they're the exclusive one. Hello, and welcome back to another segment of Psychopath Exposure. I'm your host, Kira. And today we're going to be talking about polyamory, or sociopathy, or narcissism, or some sort of toxic relationship here. So I wanted to read a comment that came from Beamer Toy. Beamer Toy is the name. Am I reading that right? Beamer Toy. And they say, I like how they start the sentence with and, like they're adding to the information here. And if it isn't narcissism, it's sociopathy, though they do work hand in hand. I agree. Because it is literally not possible to connect with people as you would in a monogamous relationship, but with multiple partners at once. That's what polyamory claims to be able to do. I don't know if that's real or not. In order to make that work, you need some level of dissociation in order to avoid valuing one partner over the rest. Literally depriving yourself of having exclusivity or a favorite intimate partner. So no one is really quote unquote in love, just in relationships. Like if it were having friends at your job or wherever. That's an interesting point of view, and I agree for the most part. When you're dealing with, these promiscuous narcissists, how they can be with you and spend all this time with you, and you're having unreal sex and intimacy. You have incredible passion for each other. You've known each other for years, and you know all about each other, and you're each other's best friends, and you've traveled, and you just have a great relationship. And yet behind your back, they have somebody else that they're having a similar but yet different romantic experience with. They have their own little jokes, their own little sayings, their own little tricks in bed, their own little favorite spots to eat, their own little story. It's like their own little love story. And it's all happening behind your back while they're living a double life. How they're able to connect with you like that and connect with the other person is pretty fucked up. And I do not believe that either of them is real. If anything, maybe one is more real than the next, but as Beamer Toy said, it's like they have an ability to disassociate from you, from the guilt, from what they know they're doing wrong, in order to be able to fully experience that other thing. And that's what when I talk about how these predators, they can have an amazing time with you, a great relationship, everything is just phenomenal. And now you leave to work, and the disorder kicks in, and they just get on their phone, and they just contact somebody else to come to, sometimes in your very own bed, and have an affair. They're gonna sneak someone into your house, into your bed, because the thrill of getting caught is so enticing and so exciting for the narcissist that they're willing to risk getting caught and losing it all for a temporary jolt of life. Because that's what it is. They're dead inside, and things like that make them feel alive. That's how they taste life. So they bring in this other person that a lot of times they know, oh shit, like, you're having an affair on your husband. If he catches me, he's gonna fucking shoot me or something, right? And yet, poor sucker goes and gets entangled in that. And it's a thrill for him too. It's a thrill just as well. But at some point, he or she, whatever, they start to feel like, oh wow, she's leaving her husband for me. She found in me what she's always wanted. That husband of hers was a psychopath, because that's what she told you. That husband of hers abused her, because that's what she told you. But she's leaving him for me. Yay, me! And I've said this before, and I can say this from experience. Once a cheater, always a cheater. You get involved with someone that was cheating on their partner, and then you make them your boyfriend or girlfriend. They will cheat on you in the end because you rewarded the behavior. All right? You rewarded the behavior. You have to understand, these people, they did not love you. They're incapable of that. It seems like it's love, but then they can just totally dissociate, as Beamer Toy said, put all those feelings aside, say fuck you to the guilt, and just go and have an affair with somebody else and make that other person feel as if they're the exclusive one. Because that's another thing that happens. Sometimes these narcissists, these highly, massively destructive, toxic, disturbed individuals are living double lives to the T, where they trick both partners into thinking that they're in a relationship with them and that they're exclusive. I remember discovering many months later that my psychopath ex was in a relationship with somebody else. I read an email that she sent from my computer and left my computer on for me to see. It was a booby trap. And I saw it right months, talking to some psychic reader or some shit like that. And she had said, yeah, my boyfriend, here's his information. We started our relationship in this date, yada, yada, yada. I don't know, maybe that was fabricated, but I know that guy existed because it was verified. But I was like, wow, she was already, like they had already said, I do. They were already in a relationship. They just weren't dating. They were already, it was like, it was boyfriend and girlfriend. The guy probably thought that I was some idiot that she was like staying with, or who knows what she said. I don't know what she said. But this is how the game is. I thought that was my girlfriend. And things were falling apart, and I was trying to save the relationship because I didn't know she was a psychopath. I didn't know what was going on. And meanwhile, she was already in a relationship and just living a fucking double life. Incredible. Incredible. You know? That shit didn't last long, obviously, and never heard from her again. Thank God. But it happens like this so often. You have to have a disorder in order to pull that off. You're not in love with two people. You're not in love with two people. That's not polyamory. Both parties were not aware this is what's going on. It's not like, okay, look, so this is the guy that I'm going to be sleeping with, and I'm in love with him, and he's in love with me, but we're sharing, and now you know that on Tuesdays and Thursdays you have her, and on Wednesdays and Fridays she belongs to me, and I also have this girl on the side. That's different. That's not what's going on when these people do that. They're living a double life. They're lying to both parties. And even if one party knows, they're lying to the other one, it's still highly toxic. It's not good for anybody. It's not good for anybody. Now, people ask, why does this happen? Why? I made a video about that already. But this is the answer why. Because they have this disorder. And those are the patterns. And they're trying to escape. some sort of trauma that they have, some sort of abandonment issues that they have, I don't know, they don't feel good enough, so they're on a never-ending quest for validation. So the more people they can sleep with at the same time, the better they feel. The more they can trick or manipulate people, maybe that's them getting back at their father for some daddy issues that they have, or their mother, or whatever. But at the end of the day, if you think that someone that does that behind your back actually loves you, if you think that's real, then they still have the upper hand. And that's how they keep you around, and that's how people end up going back. That's how people end up going back into these relationships. Because we believe, or we'd like to believe, that they still love us. And if you still love me, then, maybe love conquers all, and we'll figure it out. And it's like, at what point did you forget that someone else's private part was inside them, or they were inside somebody else's, body? What point did you forget that? At what point did that become acceptable? At what point did that type of behavior start making you feel secure in your relationship? On the contrary, if you were insecure before, now you're walking on eggshells, now your self-esteem is shot. Hence why you put up with more abuse. Because you think, hey, maybe I deserve this, maybe I need to put up with this, maybe if I do this it'll change. No, it doesn't. You're just rewarding the monster. You're rewarding the monster to continue. If you comply with the demands of a sociopathic, abusive predator, you think they're going to stop? Their demands are going to change. Now they're going to want more from you. You have to resist. And you have to continue to resist. And I know it gets ugly, but you have to resist it if you want a way out. It's sad. Nobody wants to admit that their beloved husband or wife, the father of their children, is a fucking scumbag like this. So let's just bury it under the rug, right? Let's just bury it under the rug and pretend that everything's okay. Let's keep posting the pictures on social media, smiling like we have a perfect, happy family here. And yet, when the camera is off, you're crying and you're pissed off and you're trying to catch the perpetrator. You're trying to figure it out. You're trying to solve the puzzle here. It's highly disturbing. It's highly disturbing. And nobody wants to be in a relationship like that. So if you find yourself entangled, if what I'm saying right now is your story, what more validation do you need before you finally say, hey, you know what? Enough is enough. Out of here. And I know getting a divorce is a hassle. And I know splitting assets is another hassle. And I know breaking up alone can be devastating. You're conditioned to talking to this person or being with this person or seeing this person, etc., etc., etc. And now you're going to have to cut them out completely cold turkey, because it has to be cold turkey. You can't keep putting poison back in your body. You can't. How long do you want to put up with this abuse? Because the time is going to keep passing by. And every day that you spend with a manipulative, abusive, infidel, those are days that you could have been doing something amazing with somebody else, or at least working on yourself to lead you in the path of one day doing something awesome with somebody else. You know, somebody that you actually deserve. So, thanks for sending that in, Beamer Toy. I respect your point of view. I like it. I think you're onto something there. There's definitely dissociation. There's something wrong with somebody that can just do that. And that's not acceptable in my book for a long-lasting, committed, healthy relationship. So take notes, guys. If you like the video, like, subscribe, and share. Share with people that are having dating issues right now. Maybe they're entangled with somebody like this, and they need to hear these messages so they can wake up. All right? And if you're still stuck ruminating, if you're still stuck in the trauma and you want to get out, don't hesitate. Click the link below. Reach out to me. I have a private one-on-one coaching program. I work with hundreds of survivors on this very same thing. And I would love to work with you. All right? So I hope you guys are having an amazing day. I will see you guys in the next video. My name is Kita. This is Psychopath Exposure. Be good, guys. See ya.